What is going on, Ecom Dominators? Cynthia here, and in today's video, as you have seen on the title, is how to crush Q4, okay? Now, I've polled everyone inside of my Facebook group, and you guys told me what type of topics that you want me to cover for the holiday training, so this is it, okay? Thank you so much for everyone who actually voted inside the poll. Really means a lot. Really lets me gauge what topics that you guys are interested in and not talk about things that nobody wants to talk about, all right? So today I'm going to be talking about how you can go ahead and make a killing on your holiday sales, all right? Now, last year, all of my students have found a lot of success for their Q4 year, their holiday sales, just by implementing all the strategies that I teach inside of my course, okay? So I'm going to do a free training here for everyone who are getting started in print on demand, or people who are just, not inside of my boot camp. I'm going to do this free training 100% free. It'll be a two-part training though. This one will be, the one that I will upload for everyone to watch, and then the second part will only be reserved for my students, all right? But you'll get a lot of value from this training nonetheless, all right? So let's get started. And before I talk about how you can crush Q4, I talk about the strategies that I talk about every single year, and that is understanding how to set yourself up to make those sales. And that is understanding what you should be doing in Q1, Q2, and Q3 of the other months before, October, November, and December rolls around, all right? So for Q1, we think about ad cost, okay? And in Q1 is actually very cheap. Q2, very cheap. Q3, your ad cost will be pretty cheap, okay? Now Q4, it will be very, very expensive. And the reason behind that is the big box companies will dump their entire budget inside of Facebook ads, and that's why the ad cost will be higher no matter what. Your CPM will be higher because they will be due to a lot of competition. Okay, so expect that to come in Q4. So when October comes around, you'll be like, oh my God, my ad costs are so high. Well, this is why, okay? So, a way you can fix it is either, increasing your budget, things like that, all right? So the next one I'm gonna be talking about is your pixel, okay? Now for the pixel, I say this every year, okay? And during Q1 to Q3, you need to be constantly testing new designs and building up that pixel data, because once you build up that data, you're going to be using that data in Q4, because in Q4, it will know where to find your buyers, all right? So it is not going out there and trying to, still trying to figure out where your audience is, okay? Because the pixel is just a robot. It doesn't know what products you're selling. It doesn't know what niche you're in. It'll just only work off the data that you give it, the, type of targeting you tell it to go and find, things like that, okay? So I always say this every single year, from Q1 to Q3, you need to be building that pixel data to then use it for Q4, so you can find your buyers very, very quickly, all right? Now, the next one is you need to be testing your products, testing designs, and testing your products, okay? And I always recommend, testing as many designs as you can in, Q1, Q2, Q3. Why? Because the ad costs are very, very low, okay? And what happens here is I never test any design during Q4 because the ad costs are very, very high. I do not do any type of testing. The only type of testing that you should be doing in Q4 are for things like ugly Christmas sweater designs. And I will be talking a little bit more about this later on, but the only reason why you should be testing this is because this converts very well in the month of October, November, and December. But for regular testing designs inside her niche, it should be already done here. And what happens is I will go back starting from January, and I would pick out all the designs that has made me a lot of money and that I've sold a lot of units. And what I do is I take my winning products and then I bring it all the way over here to sell again. And a lot of people could be asking me, well, Cynthia, how can I possibly sell any more of my winning products when I've already sold it in the beginning of January and February? All of them have sold, 10,000 units. Well, what most people don't know is that you can actually take that same exact design and you would create a holiday type of design using the same exact design but using holiday colors, okay? So you can have a cat design and you would create, the same exact design but using red, green, and a white color. And that still sells because most of the time when people pick a design, they are usually going to buy it for a gift. They might want to buy it so they can wear it for the Christmas day, or during the Christmas season they want to wear that same exact design, okay? So that works very well. So what I call those winners, okay, I don't know if this is a word, but I call holiday-ize it, okay? Using same designs but putting Christmas colors on it, okay? So the next one, last but not least, is emails. All right, and what I always say every year is that you need to prepare yourself for Q4, and that is collecting out all of your emails in Q1, Q2, Q3, okay? And what you're going to do here is also send out emails, okay? And say, hey, now's the holiday season, time to get your gifts for your friends, your loved one, things like that, all right? So usually for my emails during Q1 and Q2, Q3, I do not usually give out any type of coupons, okay? I just send them an email for any new product launches. But for the holiday season, this is the time where I will give out coupons and discount codes. All right. Now, when you are sending out these emails, all right, you need to make sure that you have your email set up so that you can send them out consecutively, letting them know, hey, check out our new Christmas sweater designs. Hey, we saw that you purchased design, in the beginning of January. Why not buy this Christmas version of this design that you really love, okay? And honestly, those winning designs really convert very well, okay? And just adding the emails on top of that is generating you free revenue without paying Facebook a single dime, all right? So emails is very, very important. So I know a lot of people want to ask the question, how can they make holiday sales? But you definitely need to set yourself up in the beginning of the year, okay, building out your pixel, okay, testing all of your designs to find winners, collecting all of your emails, all of this in preparation for fourth quarter. And that's how you're going to really, really crush your holiday sales. Now, for people who are, just starting out, let's just say you don't even have a Shopify store and you're starting on print on demand. You're like, well, Cynthia, I haven't built any of this out for myself, right? I'm just starting out. That's still fine, okay? I'm not saying, that it's not going to happen. You can actually still make it happen, okay? And just make sure that even if you're starting out a new pixel, what I would do is I would start selling ugly Christmas sweater designs if you're, if you haven't built any of this out yet, all right? Because this will give you the highest chance of finding a winner to sell it to your niche audience, okay? Now, given that you probably won't have a big email list, okay? Even if you have, just a very, very tiny email list, I would still suggest you to email them regularly because that is where you're gonna get your, just a free revenue coming in, all right? So I'm going to move on to the next topic. I'm gonna be erasing all of this to talk about 3 days that you need to be focusing on to crush. These 3 days are very, very important because they're going to crush your holiday sales a lot, because this is the time where people are really, really going out there looking for sales, looking for deals to get for their Christmas gifts, okay? So I'm going to erase this out and I'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back here, and now I'm going to be talking about the 3 days that you need to be focusing on. These are the most important days for the holiday season, okay? So 3 days to focus on. Okay, the first one you need to focus on is Black Friday. All right, the next one is Cyber Monday. And last but not least is Christmas Day. Okay, and I'll tell you why, all right? But let's talk about these two first, okay? Black Friday and Cyber Monday, that is the day where big companies, small companies, that is where you're gonna make a lot of your sales, because that's the day people are going to be looking for that item that they've wanted, since March. And now that it's finally on sale, they're gonna go ahead and buy it, during this day. Whether it's for them or for someone else, this is the time that you want to take the initiative to ask them, hey, we're gonna be offering a 50% off sale. Why don't you go ahead and purchase the products for yourself or as gifts, okay? So how you gonna structure your Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals is you need to make sure that you are sending out emails, okay? Emails are very, very, very important, because emails, first off, you need to at least tell them, hey, we are running a Black Friday sale. We are running a Cyber Monday sale, okay? You need to have them, all structured. And inside of my bootcamp, I will have the templates. You can copy and paste my own templates that I actually use for Black Friday and also Cyber Monday, all right? Now, another thing that you need to be doing on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, the most important ads to run for Facebook is retargeting ads. This is very important, okay? Because like I mentioned before, retargeting ads, this will be very, very important, because people have already seen your products, okay? These are warm traffic. People already know your brand, they visited your website, but they've never purchased their products. Retargeting ads on Black Friday and Cyber Monday will yield the highest ROI, because this is the time where people are going to purchase everything that they've ever wanted. You can just have the call to action, say, hey, we noticed that you've been looking at this mug for a while. Why not get it today for 30% off? Use code 20 today or something like that, or Black Friday or something like that, all right? Very, very important, okay? And last but not least is Black Friday and Cyber Monday are usually the days that people are looking for gifts, all right? So you need to make sure that you tell them the cut off dates. And what I mean by cut off dates is, if you're in the print on demand, like myself, you need to be going to your suppliers. Usually they'll announce it on their page, but if they don't, you definitely want to email them and say, hey, when is the last cutoff day that my customers are able to place the order and get guaranteed Christmas delivery, all right? So you need to know when the date for guaranteed Christmas delivery is, okay? The reason why I say this is, why this is so important is, if you don't know the dates and you aren't being transparent with your customers, if they don't get their products before Christmas, people get very, very emotional, okay? You're gonna be dealing a lot with refunds, returns, chargebacks. It is a huge, huge headache, okay? And you can minimize that if you know when your cutoff dates are, and then you need to post them everywhere that you can possibly can, okay? And for me, I usually post them on my product page. I post it on my thank you page, and I also put it inside of my email confirmation. Once they purchase my product, I'm gonna go ahead and tell them again in case they forget, when is the last day that they can, purchase this product. In case they email you and say, hey, I didn't get it in time, well, you can say that, inside the email, thank you page, and also the product page, I've already told you that the cutoff day, is, I don't know, December 5th or something like that. And because you ordered December 6th, it was not delivered in time, things like that. Just be very, very transparent with your customers, all right? So these are the things that you need to be doing for Black Friday and also Cyber Monday. Sending emails, using retargeting ads, all right, and knowing your cutoff dates and putting it, everywhere possible. You can even put it on your fan page, things like that, all right? So now I want to talk about Christmas, and a lot of people are going to be asking me, well, Cynthia, who's going to be buying on Christmas? And I've had a lot of people say, should I cut my ads on Christmas because it's Christmas Day? People have already purchased all their gifts, all their, sale items. Well, I've been in e-commerce for a very, very long time, and every single year, Christmas Day is the biggest day for e-commerce sales, okay? I'm gonna write it right here. Biggest day for e-com sales. Okay? And that's why I keep telling people that once you find, obviously it can't be a ugly Christmas sweater designs because people need that for Christmas, but if you have a winning product that you are scaling throughout the Christmas months, all right, go ahead and continue selling it through Christmas. You'd be surprised. People are actually online shopping on Christmas Day, all right? So what I always recommend to my students is this day you need to be scaling up, because Christmas Day is a huge day to make a lot of sales. For me, last year, I actually made more revenue on Christmas Day versus Black Friday, okay? Way, way more on this day. That's why I tell people, don't cut your ads. Keep it running through, Christmas Day, because you're gonna make a lot of sales, all right? So this is what I wanna cover. Make sure to focus on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Christmas Day. 3 days that you need to be focusing on. Even if you are not focusing on anything else, make sure you get these 3 days right, all right? So now I'm going to be erasing this, and we're going to be moving on to the next topic. All right, guys, we are back here, and right now I'm going to be talking about the ugly Christmas sweater designs. These designs work very well during the holiday season, okay? And it actually works with any type of niche that you are in, okay? Now, like I said before, these are the only designs that I actually test during the holiday season. I do not test any of the other regular designs. I usually only test the ugly Christmas sweater designs, and usually I'll have about 5 to 10 designs ready for launch, okay? So if you haven't had those designs, go ahead, do your research tonight, send them to your designers, and hopefully you'll get them back in time for the holiday season, all right? So again, like I said, this works for any niche, okay? It doesn't matter if you're in the cat niche, golf niche. You can actually put any of your niche inside of this ugly Christmas sweater designs. Basically put in the, Christmas trees, put in snowflakes, little snowmans, and you can actually have yourself a nice ugly Christmas sweater designs. These are, do very well in fourth quarter, and you need to be having at least 5 to 10 designs, all right? For me, I do it overkill. Usually I'll have 20 designs for all of my niche stores, all right? But you need to get those ready for launch for October. I usually start mid-October. You can actually start beginning of October. Really depends on, when you really want to launch them, okay? But definitely launch them in October. Now, right now, I'm going to be showing you an example on how I actually do my research on finding, ugly Christmas sweater designs, how I actually type up a designer brief, send it to them, upload my first design, creating my, ad copy for Facebook advertisement, all right? So right now, I'm going to be hopping over to my computer and showing you exactly how I do this, all right? So let's hop on over. All right, guys, so I am back here on my computer, and I'm going to show you a quick free Christmas training on how you can upload those ugly Christmas sweaters, okay? So let's get into it. All right, so there are a few things that I go through when I create these ugly Christmas sweater designs, okay? And I'm going to go through each one. So the first one we got to do is research, okay? And what I mean by research is going inside of your niche and seeing what designs are currently working, what designs are really out there, and how you can create a design that's even better than what is on Google, what's on Amazon, things like that, all right? So let's get into it. All right, guys, so here I am inside of Google, and all I really did type in is cat ugly Christmas sweaters, okay? Now, depending on what your niche is, it could be dog, it could be, nurses, golfing, anything of that sort. Just type it in here, and automatically you'll see all the types of ugly Christmas sweater designs that are, on the market, okay? So simply scroll through these, okay? And the first one that actually caught my eye is this one over here, okay? Nice Christmas sweater designs, and in the middle it just has a cat. It doesn't have any type of um, text or anything like that, okay? And I see that there's other niches, so if you're the dog niche, this is actually perfect, okay? So let's do some more, okay? So the next one I see is something like this, okay? It says, I never dreamed I'd grow up to be a super sexy cat lady, but here I am killing it, okay? Now I've seen a lot of variation of this exact quote, but swapping out a few of the words, okay? So, you don't even have to be in the cat niche. You can just say, a sexy dog lady, okay? You can obviously swap out this word for any type of niche, okay? Uh, so let's keep on looking, okay? So let's take a look at this one. Okay, again, this one doesn't have any text, simply just cat graphics up here and then just an ugly Christmas design here. These work extremely well too, okay? So we're just going to scroll through here, kind of taking inspiration from what is already out there. So let's keep going, okay? So I see another one. Over here it says Meowie Christmas, and it has, snowflakes and cat graphics, all right? That's a really, really great one. And here's another one. It's kind of hard to see, but they have cats and, pretty much all the same exact Christmas designs. And during fourth quarter, these designs sell very well. So if you're not taking advantage of it, you're really leaving a lot of money on the table, okay? So here's another one. Same exact quote, Meowie Christmas, but a different take on it, okay? On the bottom, it has, purr, kind of resonating with your niche, okay? So it's important to do these research to kind of see what is out there. Now, another platform I like to go onto is called Pinterest, and I literally type in the same exact keyword, and I'm going to scroll down to see if I can find any more inspiration on what is out there. So automatically I see this one, okay? This is a sweater, okay? It also says Meowie Christmas with a different design, okay? So let's come down here, see if we can find any more. All right, so this one was literally the same exact one that we saw. So it seems like a very popular quote and also a popular design, okay? So here's another one, okay? This one's a little bit different. It has the snowman and the candy canes, and including some of these designs. All right, and then we also have this one. Now this one's not on exactly on this is on a t-shirt, okay? So this one is pretty nice. It says Meowie Christmas and a happy meow year, okay? So people that love cats will definitely like this version of a t-shirt. Honestly, for me, I would not personally use this design on a white t-shirt. I would use it maybe on a black t-shirt or another Christmas color, because this is very, very hard to see on and white t-shirts for me don't exactly convert well because it has a lower perceived value. So I choose either a black, green, or red. All right, so literally you can come down here and see what else they have. So this one's a really, really nice design. Definitely playing on graphics and the text, okay? And if you look closely, the graphics and the text have this kind of ugly Christmas texture to it. So it has that look and feel of a Christmas sweater, but it is not actually a sweater. It's really just a long sleeve shirt, okay? All right, so here's another one. Okay, this is not on a shirt, but it is just a design, something that you can expect to get back from your designer. Okay, so let's just say you do all your research and you figure out, what the market likes, what the market wants inside your niche, kind of, knowing
your niche better than your competitors, okay? That's what you got to do. That's so important, is the research part, okay? So let's hop on back and let's see what our next step is after we have done our research. All right, guys, so we are back here, and now that we've done our research, we saw what quotes are actually out there, the type of designs, the type of ugly Christmas sweater designs. We are ready to type up our designer brief, okay? So right now, I'm going to show you an example on how I would type up my designer brief if I was in this niche trying to design an ugly Christmas sweater design, okay? So let's hop on over. All right, guys, so here I am on my Word document, and obviously when you're sending your designer brief, you definitely want to, I like to type it in a document before I actually, type it into, say you go to Fiverr or Upwork.com. I like to kind of make my adjustments here and then copy and pasting it over to the messaging area inside of Fiverr or Upwork or Freelancer. Okay, so a couple of things to keep in mind. Okay, here is a mini checklist that I usually go over whenever I send a designer brief for a design that I want to be completed. Okay, so the first thing you'll need is a niche. Okay, so you got to tell them your niche. You can just say, I am in the dog niche, I'm in, the skiing niche, whatever your niche is. Just go ahead and tell your designer, because usually designers need to know the type of niche that you're in order to get the look and feel of the design correct. Okay, so go ahead and tell them that. The next one is text. Okay, so tell them exactly what type of text you want it. Okay, so like we said before, it could be Meowie Christmas, could be a crazy cat lady, something that you have already done your research and know what type of quotes that will most likely resonate with the cat community. Okay, so the next one is font. If you have a specific font in mind, go ahead and link it to your designer. Okay, tell them I want a font similar to this. Or if you don't have a specific font in mind, you can just give them in general, I want a Christmassy font, a font that looks, it's in cursive, whatever you want, okay? So the next one is graphics. Tell them, do you want graphics? Do you not want graphics? It's going to be text, or, and if you do want graphics, I really recommend that you send them a link to a graphic that you want your design to be created similar to. Okay, not exact, because we don't want to copy other people, but you want to give your designer inspiration. Take inspiration from this cat design and make it better. Okay, make it something that stands out, make it something that's better than my competitors. Okay, and that's all part of the POD game. It's all about coming up with better designs than your competitors, better quotes, okay, better color schemes, whatever the case may be. So the next one is obviously, what colors do you want your design to be, okay? Now, you need to be very specific on this, because if not, your designer will come up with colors that they think suits the design, but it may not be what you want. So it's important to tell them, hey, I want the text to be, red, and then maybe I want the graphics to be green. You definitely need to clearly indicate that inside of your designer brief. But of course, if you don't care, you can just tell your designer to see what works. Now, you can also add in other details, okay? I think I meant to say other small details. So details like when we were looking at the Christmas sweater designs, you can just say, I want to add, maybe a snowman or a candy cane to my design, just little small details that you want, or maybe that you want the cat on the left side or the right side and the text on the other side, just add in any other small details that you want to make sure that your designer gets the most information from you before they start their process of creating that design. Now, last but not least is links for inspiration. Usually I always add links for inspiration, because I want the designer to get a feel of what type of design I'm really looking for, okay? Because they can't read your mind, okay? And if you're not clear or you're not specific about it, they're going to give you something that is not how you envisioned, okay? So give them as much information as possible, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you an example on how I would type up this design if I was in the cat niche looking for an ugly Christmas sweater design. Okay, so right here is an example. Okay, so I would say hi, and then obviously put in the designer's name, and then say I would like an ugly Christmas sweater design in the cat niche. Okay, now obviously you can swap this one out and say the dog niche, the nurse niche. Okay, and then you can say I want the text to say, and I'm going to say meowie Christmas. Let's just say I do my design and say this one resonates with my niche the most. Okay, so I'm going to say I want the text to be this. Then I'm going to say please use a font that resonate with my niche similar to the one here. Okay, I can insert a link. Now you don't have to, if you don't have one in mind, you can just say, just use a font that uh, is closely related to the cat niche, okay? So next I'll say, for graphics, please add and then I can say a cat silhouette where it fits into the design, like the one here, and then you can show them exactly the type of cat silhouette you are going after, okay? Next, about the colors. So I'm going to say for colors, I want, just white colors for the entire design. Okay. Now, obviously, you can change this to red, black, whatever it's that you want the colors to be. Okay. Be very specific. But in this case, I just say I want the entire design to be in white. And the reason behind this is usually I like to put this on, a red sweater or a green sweater so the white comes out very nicely, okay? And the next one I'll say, in addition, okay, I want Christmas trees and snowflakes throughout the design. Now, this is what I mean by the extra small details that you want in the design on top of the typical graphics, on top of the typical text, all right? So the next thing is, please send me the draft in a .png format in at least 3,000 pixels in width. Now, of course, this depends on the requirement by your supplier on how big your design should be, okay? Now, if you send this to your designer and they do not know what this means, you need to run very quickly and find a new designer, because even an average designer would know what you're talking about, okay? So here's an example on how I would type my own designer brief. You can use this as a template. Go ahead and copy exactly what I have here and just replace your niche, your text, whatever the case may be, inside of this template that I have here, and just go ahead and send it to your designer. All right, so now that we have done our research inside of our niche, now that we've typed up our designer brief, let's move on to the next step, okay? So let's hop on back. All right, guys, so we are back here, and the step 3 here is uploading a design, okay? So right now I'm going to hop over to my Shopify test site and show you exactly how you can upload this design. All right, guys, so here I am inside of my test Shopify store, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to apps and upload it into one of the suppliers that you're using. So in this case, I've already downloaded Custom Cat, so I'm going to be using them. Now, obviously, you can use Printful, which is the one I'm using for most of my stores. And so right now, I'm going to upload my design. And click the upload button, yes, agree, and then add your designs. All right, and then I'm going to click continue. All right, and once it has uploaded inside the design library, I'm going to go and add product. All right, after that, you can come on here. I'm going to say directed garment, front only. All right, and with Custom Cat, what I love about them is that they have a lot of selections in terms of t-shirts, okay? So because this will be an ugly Christmas sweater design, I usually go for a sweatshirt instead, okay? Again, they have a lot of selections, and you can always go with the hoodie or anything else you want, but for this one, I'm going to go with this one, the Gildan pullover, okay? So over here, I usually set my price at $22.99 or $24.99. And then I'm going to select, I want black, I'm going to go with red, and I'm going to go with green. Okay, these are the typical Christmas colors I usually go with, and I can go ahead and save this product. I'm going to scroll back up here, and what I'm going to do here is make sure that I've selected the right colors. And then over here, I'm going to select single product. So I'm telling Custom Cat this should be grouped as one listing instead of one. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and click next, continue without saving. And then right here, you get to select the design. So I'm going to select this one, the one that I got back from my designer. And I'm going to click next. And then right here, I like to go to the position and make sure that I like the positioning on the shirt. Sometimes a little high, sometimes a little low. You can obviously go in here and customize it, all right? So to customize, go ahead and click this button and you can drag this design up or down. So this is a little too high for me. I'm going to push it down a little bit. I think that looks perfect, okay? So let me just stop right here and explain to you a little bit about the design, okay? So this looks pretty much exactly like what I asked my designer to do, okay? I want a cat silhouette, says Meowie Christmas, all in white, adds snowflakes and Christmas trees, things like that, okay? So this would be a good example of a really good design, okay, to get back from the design, okay? And if you notice here, you see the texture on the cat and also on the text, okay? It has that ugly Christmas sweater texture that you want your designer to give back to you for these designs. These sell very well, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and save this positioning. And then, you know, what you can do is obviously you can readjust it for all the other ones, like this one, and then you can adjust it this one, and then save your position, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is you can export it inside of your store. So I can just say ugly, say Christmas sweater for cat lovers, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and export it. It's going to take you know, a few seconds to do that. They're just syncing up all of your products, pushing them inside of your product catalog inside of your Shopify store, okay? So it's going to take a while, especially because we have 3 different sweatshirts designs. Usually it doesn't take that long if you just have one, but because we have 3 different colors in all the small, medium, large size, okay? So after it's done, it'll tell you it's complete. And then what you can do is come over here to products and find your design. And over here, I see it already uploaded here, okay? You go ahead and customize it however you want. So now, once we get into the product section, we can go ahead and view it. Okay, and what you can do here is literally, you know, we can start selling this immediately, okay? Now this is what I mean by how easy it is to get started in the print-on-demand business, because we literally set this up in a few minutes and we can sell this right now inside of our store. Run a Facebook ad, buy tonight. This is live, okay? And people can start checking out and purchasing this t-shirt, okay? So let's hop on back to see what is our next step. All right, guys, so coming back here, now that we've done our research and we sent a designer brief to our designer, got the design back, upload it to your supplier, okay, and now it's live inside of your store. The next thing we got to do is obviously create an ad copy to start advertising on Facebook, okay? So let me show you exactly how I do this. I'm going to give you the typical way I do it. Obviously, you know, you can go on canva.com and that you can do it for free, but for this example, I'm going to be using Photoshop because that's what I like to use, and I feel like with Photoshop you have a little bit more control in your design, and you can obviously swap out a lot of different fonts. And so let's get into that. All right, guys, so here I am inside of Photoshop, and for this ad copy, I'm going to do it on the 1200 by 1200 pixel, okay? So here it is. You can just view it in the image size, so 1200 by 1200 pixels. So we're going to get a square. This is the, I think, a nice photo image for Facebook, okay? Now, for the sweater, okay, before I put the sweater here, okay, I like to have a nice Christmassy background. So if we come back here, I like to go on Pixabay, and what you can do here is literally search for Christmas, background, and kind of going through here to find the perfect one, okay? I'm just gonna pick one quickly, and I kind of like this one, okay? I'm gonna go here and can just copy this image, and I'm going to paste it here, okay? So here, I don't like the fact that this is, this one's on top and this is on the bottom, so I want to kind of tilt it this way, so it's actually on the side, and I can put the t-shirt right in the middle. So right here, I'm going to drag it out so that it fits inside of the square. Okay, enter. So now I have the background. Now what I want to do is I want to lay the sweater on top of this background, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop on back. So now I'm going to copy the image, coming back here, and then pasting it, okay? So then now you can advertise it, like just one of your shirt or multiples, okay? So if you want to add another one, you can obviously come back here and save the black. All right, so now we have the black here and the red here, okay? Obviously, you can change the positioning, okay? So this one just kind of showcased a few of your design colors, and you can obviously minimize it or enlarge it however you want. So I'm gonna do it like that, okay? And then just kind of putting it however looks best in your ad. All right, so I'm going to leave it like that, okay? So now what I'm going to do is that you can actually come up here and add something at the top, or a call to action, okay? You don't have to, but you could if you want. Something that tells them, that you're having a sale or something like that, okay? So here I like to add, let's just choose a font, okay? And I can just say something like this, limited time only, okay? Or you can say, you don't have to say limited time, you can just say free shipping or whatever promotion that you're having, okay? I like this in white, and then obviously I can increase the font size to make it fit here. All right. So automatically, look how easy it is to create an ad copy, okay? We went from having, nothing on this ad copy to having a nice, beautiful looking ad campaign that we can start advertising on Facebook, okay? Super easy, super simple, just adding a nice looking Christmas background with some scarcity at the top, and then showcasing your ugly Christmas sweaters. Now, you don't have to put two, you can just put one, that's totally fine. This is just a take on how I would do it, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and save it, and then I can go ahead and upload it onto my page. So now that I have saved it, okay, I'm going to go on back, and let's hop on back to see what our last steps are. All right, guys, so now we're back here, okay? Now we are almost done with the ugly Christmas sweater process, okay? So the last but not least is obviously running your Facebook ad campaign, okay? So we are going to hop on over to the Facebook ads manager section, and we are going to run our very first campaign, okay? So let's hop on over. Okay, so right here, I'm going to upload my ad. And I'm going to say, do you love cats? Okay. And I like to start off with a question because I want to make my audience kind of say, start agreeing with me right off the bat when they see the ad. Okay, so I'm going to say, do you love cats? They're going to say yes. And then I'm going to say, hey, click here. And then I'm going to keep on saying yes, yes, yes. Okay, you want to have your audience agree with you once they see your ad. Okay, so the next thing I like to say is, grab your Christmas sweater here. Okay, then you can go ahead and insert a link over here. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this, insert your link, and then just say on sale now, limited time only. Okay, putting in some scarcity. All right, so once you have done that, go ahead and create your ad. All right, and once you've created your ad, this is how it's going to look like, okay? Now, I know this is for coffee, it's not for cat, but let's just pretend this says cat lovers, okay? Something like that. This is just my test fan page. All right, so here I am inside the ads manager, and I'm going to go here and create the ad. So I'm going to click conversions and just give it a name. I'm going to say ugly Christmas sweater. Then I'm going to type in cats. I'm going to set up my ad account. Now you shouldn't need to set it up because this is a brand new one. I need to go ahead and set it up. And then right here, because it's the Christmas season, I usually like to go straight for the purchase pixel. And you can enter your location. I'll just leave it at United States. Age, I usually set it at 20 just to make sure they have a credit card. And then languages, I usually type in English just to make sure people, can read and write English so they can understand your ad, okay? So here we can put in detailed targeting. This is under the impression that you have already did your research and know which keyword works best, okay? So just for an example, let's just type in cats. People like cats. I'm going to select it. And then usually I uncheck this box and then go ahead and edit placements. I always edit placements. Whenever I test new designs, I usually do not want to pay Facebook for these other places. I only want it on the news feed. That way I can figure out whether or not that is a winning design, okay? And I leave it on all devices. So then right here, we're going to set our daily budget. I always start at 5. I don't care if you're a newbie or experienced. Whenever you're testing a new design, you need to start at $5 and start scaling slowly. So next, we're going to click continue. And then what happens here is that you can actually go ahead and create your ad copy. So I'm going to go ahead and say use existing post. And then go ahead and select your ad. And in this case, this was the ad that we have created. Okay, it says it over here. Now it says, exactly what we said before. Do you love cats? Grab it here. Limited time only. Okay. Now this ad is ready to be launched. Okay. Facebook just has to review it and then it will start spending your budget to advertise your new Christmas sweater. Okay. This is the type of ugly Christmas sweater template that I usually would go for because it has the Christmas feel and it showcases 2 of your, sweater options that you have. Okay, so just go ahead and click confirm and you can start running it right now. All right, guys, that was my quick tutorial on how you can get started with your ugly Christmas sweater designs from start to finish. Now let's hop on back and let's finish up.
All right, guys, we are back here. So I hope that you learned a lot inside of the training that I just showed you. So I'm going to quickly wrap this training up here, okay? And so I listed all the main takeaways, all the main points that I was talking about in this video, okay? So the first one is launching designs. You need to be getting ready, all of your designs ready for launch in October, okay? So the ones that I talked about are your past winners. So past winners and also your Christmas sweater designs. Those are the two that I will be launching in Q4. All right. Now, second one is retargeting. You need to be retargeting your audience during Black Friday and Cyber Monday. These two dates are very, very important. Your targeting ads will yield your highest return on investment. Okay, so do not forget to do that. All right. Emails. Okay, if you've already built out an email list, you need to be emailing them constantly. For me, I actually email them 3 days a week. I know it's overkill, but those 3 emails per week will generate you a lot of revenue, okay, because it is the Christmas season. All right. So, you know, a lot of companies actually email every day. If you can do every day, you can obviously do that. But for me, I find 3 days, 3 days out of the entire week works best for me. All right. So you definitely need to do your research. All right. Do your research on the dates, your cutoff dates, and do your research on your Christmas designs. All right. These are very, very important. If you're starting out, obviously you got to do a little bit more work. But if you've already, you know, started back in, you know, 2 years ago, this is what you need to be doing, okay? Figuring out what type of Christmas designs will work inside your niche and using, obviously, your past winners and holidizing it to for the Christmas season, all right? So the second one is scaling up, okay? Scaling up for Christmas Day. Christmas Day, like I said, will be one of the biggest days for sales, so always scale up for Christmas, okay? You do not want to miss that day for sales. Next one is ugly Christmas sweaters, okay? Just as I showed you how I did it in the video previously. And ad costs will increase, okay? So, you know, don't feel discouraged if, you know, you need to be paying $5 to reach, I don't know, 200 people, okay? Everyone's cost will be going up. Your CPM will be going up. But if you have built out a fan page, like I mentioned, you know, in my previous video, your ad cost will be a little bit lower, and that's how you're going to get a slight advantage over your competitors. All right. So these are the main takeaways. Now you can go right now to implement them inside your business. Okay. But I want to talk a little bit about my t-shirt masterclass, my own course that I offer. All right. So if you're inside of my bootcamp, or you're thinking about whether or not you want to invest purchasing my course, all right, for launching designs, okay, I am going to show you my exact launching schedule. This was highly requested when I polled my Facebook group. Everyone said that they wanted to know my exact launching schedule, the exact date of when I'm going to be launching the ugly Christmas sweater designs, when I'm going to be sending exactly which emails, you know, what I'm going to do exactly every single day. I'll have it all laid out in a calendar that you can actually go ahead and download, swipe it, copy it, do whatever you want, okay? But that is what I'm going to be offering inside of my bootcamp to all of my students, all right? Now, for retargeting, okay, the retargeting ads inside of my bootcamp, okay, I'm going to give you the exact ad templates, okay, that I use during Christmas season that has always converted for me very, very well, okay? I'm going to give you the photo ad template that you can download, and also the carousel ad template that a lot of my students really, really love because it looks, you know, very creative, very festive. They don't have to waste a ton of time trying to create your own ad creative for the holiday season, okay? Cut the learning curve in half, cut your time in half. Go ahead and download those amazing templates that I have in there for Christmas, all right? Now the next one is emails, all right? And if you're inside of my bootcamp, I'll have done for you email templates, exact emails that I send to my list that has been generating me income, okay, for every single holiday season. And they convert very, very well, okay? They're going to be the ones for the Black Friday and Cyber Monday, okay? It's not just for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. It's going to be emails way before and emails after, kind of like a sequence of emails that you can actually copy and paste to send to your customers, all right? So the next one is research, all right? So like I said, you need to research your, you know, what products will sell, what designs will sell. But inside of my course, I'll be revealing one product that's been a hot seller every single year, okay? And I guarantee you that it's not, you know, the product you're thinking about, okay? It's not a t-shirt, it's not a pillow, not a necklace, not even a mug, okay? It is a product that always sells, always converts every single year for me during the Christmas season. But I only share this one product to the students inside my bootcamp, All right, so if you're interested, I highly suggest that you join. Okay, I don't just teach about, holiday trainings. It's a complete course about print on demand. All right, and I'll teach you about other traffic sources. Okay, a lot of people just teach about Facebook. I go into depth about Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter. Okay, I'll even talk about Etsy. Okay, I'll be also adding in Snapchat ads and Reddit ads later on to diversify your traffic sources, because it is just that important. All right, so the next one is scaling up on Christmas. All right, if you're inside of my bootcamp, okay, you will get access to my 7 different scaling rules. Okay, and I can actually sell just my scaling rules alone. I can just sell this for at least $1,000 just for the scaling rules alone, because it is just that amazing. A lot of my students have found a lot of great success with just using my scaling rules. All right, so next one I want to talk about is ugly Christmas sweater designs. Okay, I'm going to be going a little bit more in depth about how to do your own research. Okay, how I actually go about doing and creating my own ugly Christmas sweater designs. It is a very hot selling design during the holiday season, so this is what you'll also get inside of my bootcamp. And also, the ad cost will increase during the holiday season no matter what. Okay, but inside of my bootcamp, I will show you a trick. Yes, a trick that you can lower your ad costs, okay, and also lower your CPM. All right, that will be all inside of my t-shirt masterclass. So if you're interested in joining, I recommend going to teebootcamp.com. That is teebootcamp.com. The links will be down below. Go ahead and check it out. We have tons of testimonials. We have over 500 success stories and counting. Everyone inside my group always posts, their screenshots here and there. It is such an amazing community that we have built. So if you're interested in joining my bootcamp, go ahead and click the link down below. You can still get in today and start watching those videos and start building out your store, your designs, and crush this holiday season. Because if you miss this Q4 this year, you're gonna have to wait till next year. Okay, you have to wait through January, February, March, April, okay, for Q4. You definitely do not want to miss Q4. Like I said before, over 50% of all sales happen during these 3 months. Okay, do not miss this year. Okay, and if you have any more questions, as always, I have a free Facebook group that I go in there and answer all of your questions. So if you're interested, go ahead and join it. Links will be down below again. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.